does that dictate? People's spirits guide their actions. The forces of good and evil are what dictate those spirits. And at the top of everything, rulers, authorities, those dark powers are people who lead with one another, good or evil, right? It's not just what you see in movies. Please understand this. Everything that's being portrayed in Hollywood, everything that's being portrayed in media, understand that things are not as, there is no gray area. It's black and white. It's either you're on the good side or the evil side. But through your interactions with the world, you're going to know, your spirit's going to know whether or not you're living right or wrong. And I remember when I was in college, I was at practice one day and I was in the bathroom getting ready to go. We had time trials that day. And one of the younger guys on the team busts into the bathroom, right? And it startled me. And he saw it. And I looked back, I was like, damn, why you throw the door open like that? And he said, what, you was scared of something? I was like, bro, you came out of nowhere. He was like, but you know what I'm saying? You was rattled by that. And I was like, yeah. He was like, you ain't living right. And you know what I mean? In my college days, of course, get into different types of, you know what I'm saying, degeneracy, drinking, smoking, a whole lot of fucking. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, he told me, he's like, you ain't living right. And when he said that, it was something like, okay, like, nah, there might be something that I am doing wrong, because if I really think about it, and I did later that day, I was like, I'm not living right. And that's just an example I can give you. Forces of good and evil, like, they're always at play. I've worked with and for good people. I've worked with and for some seedy individuals. The driving force behind the kind of work that we were doing, it was always dictated by the head of the organization's vision, right? You come in, and if you're in a good company, most of them, so most places I've worked at, they're good companies. You always have a meeting before the day starts about what the mission is. You're always being reminded about what the mission of the company is, right? And whoever is running that organization is who is going to decide what you're going to be doing. Whether or not you feel like it's right or wrong, it's their vision, it's their company. Does that make sense? So how you get a good gauge on the kind of place that you're working at, because there's a lot of places that you shouldn't work. And I'm not going to say it's like the money isn't good, but I'm just going to say for your spirit, like the kind of work they're going to be having you do, you shouldn't be involving yourself with it unless you are really comfortable with the stress that you're going to be putting on your spirit to get these different tasks done in a day. You know which kind of person you work for based on the message and the methods that the company has you going through to get your daily tasks done. When I was in sales, like, I've worked sales for Nestle before. And if you don't know, you probably know who Nestle is, like the water company, the fucking chocolate bars and stuff like that. It was after about, I say, the 6-month mark that I was there, and I would see how they would treat associates. I would see how management would go about getting people to come work for them, and how they would just let people go, and the reasons they would let people go for, on top of, them quite literally fucking over the customers they were selling to with the products we were selling to them. I really did realize that, okay, no, this, like, Nestle, like, is a water company. You feel me? Like, everybody has that light bulb moment when you're working for a bad company, or it's like, well, it's Nestle, right? Or it's this company, right? No way that, all this isn't a multi-billion-dollar organization, isn't on the up and up. Google them, you look at, like I said in another video, you look at what the back end is all about, and you look at how they're getting this stuff to people, and then you look at how you're even making contact with the customers for it. It's like, okay, no, this is a bad system from top to bottom, right? And management was teaching us to be okay with it and to teach other people to be okay with it. Like I say, I was good at sales, and you know what I'm saying, I got other people who are good at sales, but I won't lie and say that the methods that we use were always on the up and up. You feel me? All this to say, be cognizant of the industry that you dive into once you realize what your calling is, because you're going to have a choice to make, like anything else, like every other day. You're going to have a choice to make. Are you going to use this skill set to really enrich people's lives, or are you going to use it to exploit them? And that's really the choice you have in business. And there's people are probably gonna come across this and be like, well, you know what I'm saying? It's not always that cut and dry, but it is. It really is. Cause like I said, I've worked for enough that, you know what I'm saying? It really is that you're either enriching or exploiting people. And there is no middle ground. It's not. Study the history of your industry. If you're in tech, if you're in engineering, if you're in medicine, if you're in any of these industries, understand that there is a dark period in every industry, and that the stuff that they were doing within it was not always on the up and up. And I'll give you an example from all in medicine. Big pharma, everybody's pretty much privy to it now. We all know that big pharma is literally in the business of keeping people sick so that we have to remain dependent on them, right? Engineering. You look at the stuff that was happening the area that they were building the tunnel system in New York. People literally go to work and die, right? People would die. It wasn't uncommon for people to die on the job doing that kind of work. Tech, you look at how all the social media apps, they started off, you know what I'm saying? This is just how you keep up with your friends. And now it's, oh no, this is just us selling your information to other companies so that we can make money off of it, right? And there's a dark period and all of it, and like cybersecurity. I remember Eric Snowden. He was a whistleblower for the CIA. Was it the CIA or the FBI? It was one of the two. But basically it was this. He whistleblew the fact that everything that you're doing is being watched. Yes. Like through your camera. That's why you have people who put, you know what I'm saying, tape over their cameras on their computers, on their phones and stuff like that. Like, make no mistake, you're being watched at all times. And even me filming videos like this, sometimes I'm a bit weary about it because it's like, you know what I'm saying? If this page does mess around and blow up, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, make a headline or, you know what I'm saying, somebody find me somewhere like he hung himself. Like, no. Study the industry that you are going to dive into and make sure that it's something that you're prepared if you have those choices presented to you, whether you're going to enrich or exploit people. Should your business blow up, you need to know who you're going to be competing with, the kind of people you're going to be competing with. Because once you go into business for yourself, understand, even at a small scale, at the point you decide to go into business for yourself, you make yourself competition to people who have been here for decades, to people who are just starting with you, right? Not with you, but like, you know what I'm saying, starting their own businesses, you know what I'm saying, in the same industry as you. Like, you're competing with all of these people. And should your business blow up, you're going to catch the attention of these rulers, authorities, and these dark powers. Because I'm going to let you know, as far as how money works, there really isn't no way to get to where a lot of these companies have gotten to without exploiting millions of people. Please understand this. And catch attention, the wrong kind of attention from these kind of people. And you need to be aware that you're going to be on those watch lists. And the thing is about those watch lists, they don't just watch. If you get what I'm saying. I want to really make sure I drive this point home. Stay true to your core values. And that's why I said in another video, you have to make sure that you are all together, like here and here, because you're going to have a lot of different choices presented to you. And it's going to be about, like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, who are you? Are you a sellout? You feel what I'm saying? And so you get that whole, like, would you sell out to a company that you know, if you study your industry, you get approached by a company who, most times, this is what happens. They're going to try and buy you out. Because if you're competing and you're causing enough ruckus in the industry where, you know what I'm saying, you become a threat to them, the first thing you're going to do is try and buy you out. And that's what they call selling yourself out, right? You sell yourself out to a bigger company who, if you studied your industry, you would have known by that point. It's like, okay, no, they're in bad business, right? And you, as a person who's selling out, you know what I'm saying, you make your money, but you're giving your idea, your business, your baby to a company who's going to use it to exploit a bunch more people, just in different ways, right? They're going to pervert your vision. Does that make sense? When you're on this route and you choose to go into entrepreneurship, you need to be aware of everything that you are getting into, because this shit is way deeper than just direct deposits. You know what I'm saying? At the end of every week, it's way deeper than just trying to make sure at the end of the year you're not getting fucked in your taxes and stuff. This is all just some more cold game, some free game that you're gonna be getting on your self-improvement journey. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, on your self-improvement journey, keep your chin up, your chest out, and always keep it pushing.